to another video. In today's video, we are doing some Harry Potter nails. I just also want to add that this is not a sponsored video, so any items or products that I use in this video are not sponsored. So going ahead, I'm going to put my wand down and my little head wig over here before he does a little Patronus on my hand, and he can just go right there for the rest of the video. So I'll see you in one flip. So first of all, I'm going in with the big bag of false nails by McCart, and I'm using all fours on this set just to make it a little bit easier, because doing Harry Potter design nails on camera on a pinky finger is quite hard. So just to kind of keep things going, I'm just going to use all fours just for the design, so you get the general idea. So first of all, I went in and removed all the shine off the nail with a buffing block, and you're going to want to do that on false and natural nails, just so that the gels have something to adhere to a little bit better. And first thing we're going to do is go in with some foundation. And the foundation that I'm using today is Beetle's Gel Polish Foundation Layer. We're just going to do a very thin coat of foundation on the nail to give it that base layer. For the first layer of the nails, I'm going to be going in with a brown and a white, quite a light brown, as we're going to be doing a tea stain effect on the nails. So the colours I'm using are A07 on the brown and 325 on the white. And yeah, we're going to do a tea stain, as I'm going to be making kind of like a Marauders map style nail set. If you don't know what that is, it's a pretty magical map. I'm not going to say too much. I don't want to get in trouble with the wizarding industry and this and the other, but there's a Marauders map. It shows you things, secrets. You can kind of stalk people on it. If you have like a crush on someone, you could stalk them. If you have an enemy that you want to just like zap with your wand, you can stalk them. Or if you're just generally lost, you could just find your way to get to Honeyduke's or Hagrid's hut if you want to have a little chat, little chin wag. You know he loves the gossip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix lightly the brown and the white together to kind of get a little bit more of a tea colour, and then we'll get on with making it more old-fashioned map style. Okay, so I have mixed the white and the brown together and got this light brown tea colour, and I'm just going to add it to the nail quite thinly, as it's going to take a couple of layers. With gels, the best thing you can do is add your layers thinly. If you're going thick and you don't cure it enough, it will pucker up and ripple, and it will look like a mess. So we go in thin and cure that for the full 60 seconds, and then we'll go on and add the second coat onto this nail. Once you've got both layers down, your first and your second, I'm going to be going in with just on its own the A07 that I showed earlier, and just add that randomly onto the nail wherever you want, and we're doing the tea staining. So the trick to this, you can do it one of two ways. You can either go in and just add a tiny bit of water to your polish, or you can add it onto the nail and go in with the smallest amount of gel residue wipe off solution and just keep dabbing that on there. This reminds me of back in school when we used to make maps. And you'd actually use literal tea bags to make the map. It was fun. I don't know whether you could do that on nails. Maybe you could. Like if it was like on a buffed surface. I'm sure there's a way of doing it. You could do anything with nails. Okay, and there you have it, your tea-stained nail. And you're going to want to do that for all the other nails. Once I've done that, I'll be right back. Okay, so all the nails are done with their base layer. And a little tip, if you're doing very fine detail work on nails, the best thing I find that works for me is to, once you've put your base layer down, is to go in with a top coat and then just give them a very, very light buff over. So top coat, cure it, then give it a very, very light buff with a buffing block, and then it'll be a lot easier for you to then be able to put your artwork down onto the nail. Okay, so I've gone ahead and buffed the nail, and as you can still see the shine through the nail. It is a very, very light buff. Just to kind of, you can still see slight scratches in the nail, and that's all you really want. Just a little light buff. Don't worry, as soon as you top coat it, it's all going to go away and it's going to be like magic, just like the Harry Pottering world. But first of all, I'm going to go in again with the same brown that I was using earlier, and I'm just going to add some lines going from the top corner, do it quite lightly all the way down to here. And about here, going right across the middle to the other side. And then another one, you guessed it, going there. I'm just going to go in, and I'm going to go in with black in a minute, but I'm just going to add some little stars here just to kind of give myself an idea of placement where everything's going to go, and it will just give that little extra background colour. Okay. And another one just down here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cure that just for 30 seconds, just a quick flash cure, and then we'll carry on and we'll go in with black detailing. So I'm going in with the black now, and here I'm going to be doing a hippogriff, which is an animal from Harry Potter. And I don't really know how to explain it very well if you don't know what a hippogriff is. It's kind of a horse with feathers that can fly, basically. And he's lovely. He's a lovely character. He's a good boy. Obviously, if I came face to face with a hippogriff, I would probably, first of all, my knees would be shaking because they're huge. Would you be brave enough to get on to a hippogriff and fly? Me? I don't know. As I said, they're pretty huge. So I'm just going to keep on sketching out this little guy. Lovely legs. Okay, I'm going to just add a couple couple of feathers in. I'm pushing it a little bit. As I said, you need to cure it quite regularly. So I'm just going to add a few in, and then I am going to cure it because I'm pushing my luck a bit with this Hippogriff. And for the colouring in wise, I'm not going to be colouring him in. I'm just going to be adding on a crosshatch effect onto him. I'm going to keep it old, I'm going to keep it very mysterious looking. So I'm just going to add this crosshatch effect. So you just do the first ones to begin with, the first lines, and then you'll flash cure that, and then you'll go in after and do the lines in the other direction so that they stay as crisp as possible and don't all gloop together. Just adding some final details to this nail now. And that is our first nail done. Our lovely Hippogriff on the Marauders map. Okay, so going on to the next nail, I'm going to be doing a mischief managed nail. And say that when you are done with the map. So if you're doing a little bit of stalking and you don't want people to know that you're stalking someone or, you know, keeping an eye on someone, you're going to want to say mischief managed to kind of erase. So we're going to put mischief managed across this nail, and yes, writing is not my strong point. My handwriting isn't the best. So this is a real challenge for me. So just starting down here, I'm going to do it very lightly to begin with. And just take your time. And the worry is when doing this is getting it to fit on the nail. That's the hard bit. So we managed to get managed on the nail, and I'm going to go in again and do a little scroll for this one too. Just give it that wavy effect as if it's just draping across the nail. Trying to follow the same wave that you put down on the top line. And then again, I'm going to do the scroll rolling up down here. And then 2 little tail ends on this end. Might bring that one flicking round over here. Okay, I'm going to pop that in on a flash cure again. Now I'm going to go in and do the same technique that I'd done on the Hippogriff nail. I'm just going to add a couple of lines for shadowing, just to kind of keep them all tying together. Okay, so for the top half of the nail, we're going to do some cheeky little footprints, because that's how you see people walking around on the Marauders map. See their cheeky little feeties scurrying across the map, running off to wherever they're going. So I'm just going to do the front of the feet first, and then I'm going to flash cure it and then put in the heels, as the heel comes quite close to the other part of the shoe. We don't want them bleeding together. And one last one over here. And whose feeties are these? Are they Snape's little feeties? If it is, we're all in trouble. We've got to run, quickly hide. Chuck the map in a bush. Chuck yourself in the bush. Run away. I don't want no trouble. Okay, I'm going to finish this nail off with a final few lines here. And again, like the other nail, just going to add in some of those dots to keep all the nails tied together, because they are one piece. And that is our mischief managed nail complete. Okay, so moving on to the next nail, I'm going to be doing a Hagrid's hut on the map. And why wouldn't I? Because that's definitely a place where I'm going to be wanting to know how to get to from anywhere where I am. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to go in with A07, the brown that I used on the Hippogriff nail. I'm just going to add those map lines. Right, now going in, doing Hagrid's hut at the top of the nail. Keep it really small. I'm going in again with the 344 black. We're going going to bring those lines down. So I just got informed that the nails that I'm doing right now are probably my partner's favourite nails, as his favourite character is Hagrid, which is pretty cool because, as I said, he's a pretty good guy. What is it that you like about Hagrid?
I like the fact that he is honest.
Oh.
He's someone everyone goes to. He's a love for animals.
It's called love for animals, he does. You love animals.
I love animals.
Who doesn't like animals?
Yeah. And he's just kind of one of the lovable rogues in the whole Potter series.
Oh.
So
yeah. So you'll definitely be visiting.
Definitely.
To get your rock cake.
Yeah. Definitely.
What's your favourite character? Could be someone evil. It could be someone really nice. It could be Hagrid or Luna. It could be an animal. Like, what's your favourite animal? Or it could be a mixture. You might like Bellatrix Lestrange, but then you don't like her wand, you like this person's wand, or you don't agree with her morals and the things that she does. So you might be like, I like Bellatrix Lestrange, but I like Snape's wand, but then I kind of want to be Ron, so you can just mix them all together and make your own character. If you could mix 3 characters together, what do you think yours would be?
Hagrid.
Yeah.
I think
because of his personality and something of it. Yeah.
I think with a bit of Lucius Malfoy for
Malfoy.
Lucius.
Why?
I don't know. I think he's got that kind of that thing that
He's mean. He's a bad boy.
He's a bad boy.
So you like Hagrid because he's so nice and sweet, but then you're like, yeah, I like the bad boys too. Okay.
With a bit of Dumbledore.
With a bit of Dumbledore. Why is that?
Just because he's Dumbledore.
Just because he's Dumbledore.
Great.
Just because. Don't ask questions. No ifs or buts. Just because he's Dumbledore. The Great.
You gotta have a mixture of all.
Yeah. Okay. Favourite wand.
I can't remember whose wand it is, but I think it's...
You don't know?
No, I can't remember whose it is.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Do you like the more simple ones or do you like the more detailed?
I like more detailed
ones.
More ornate kind of.
Yeah.
Something to them.
Yeah. See, I've got Luna's wand, so the wand that you saw at the beginning is Luna's wand. But I kind of like Sirius Black's wand only because only he can use it. He holds it in such a way that it recognises it's him that's holding it. So I think that's pretty cool. It's kind of like, with your phone.
Yeah.
You need the thumb, or whatever.
Fingerprint ID.
Your fingerprint ID. He's got fingerprint ID on his wand, which I think's pretty high tech. Right, so I'm just going to add a couple of stars down here. And then that will be another nail done. And as you would have seen, we were kind of talking through that nail and I didn't cure much at all. But luckily it held up and stayed where it was all supposed to stay. And that again is another thing with what I said earlier. Give the nails a good buff, you know? Give them a good buff at the beginning, just scrape them up a little bit, and it just holds the gel polish in place for just that little bit longer, gives you a little bit more time instead of it kind of, you know, running off to other places. Okay, so there's the finished nail for the Hagrid's hut nail. And moving on to the next nail is going to be Tom Riddle. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit more writing on this. So with Tom Riddle, he's got a really weird way of having his nail. He does his nails so weird. He has a really weird way of having his name written on the map. It's kind of like a lightning bolt effect on the T and the R. So we're just going to go with it, you know, whatever Tommy Boy wants. There we go. It's got this little lightning bolt. I'm just going to add a little bit more to that to kind of accentuate that lightning bolt. Okay. So we got his name down, so that's the main thing. We're just going to now go in with I'm just trying to think of how should I go about. Yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Just going to go in and we are going to put a scroll around it. That's the thing I like with the scroll idea, is it doesn't have to be an exact straight line. Because I hate doing straight lines. Doing the little curly bit on the end. Like that. Beautiful. And it's a very short scroll. Let's do the end of the scroll here. And then Just swoop and forget about it. Swoop and forget. Don't worry about it. And then a curly one this end. A teeny tiny little scroll for a little Tom Riddle. And of course, it's Tom Riddle's nails, so we're gonna need some little sneaky feety prints again. So I'm gonna go ahead and again do the front of the foot first, and then cure it and then add the heel on in the end. Taking some little sneaky baby steps here. What's he tiptoeing about for? What do you think he's after? What would you say he's after? If you were a Tom Riddle, what would you be sneaking around the corridors for? Okay, so that's the Tom Riddle nail done. Off he goes to the room of requirements.
Can I change my... I'll think Dobby's my favourite.
Dobby's your favourite now. Poor Hagrid. Who are you swapping out? Are you swapping out Malfoy or...?
Yeah. I'll take out Lucius Malfoy and put in a bit of Dobby.
A bit of Dobby.
Dobby.
Good choice, good choice. Yeah. It's probably for the best, really. Because I think we would have fallen out otherwise. You liking those Malfoys. Not that there's anything wrong with that. If you like Malfoy, that's fine. If you're Slytherin, be a Slytherin. Okay, so we are on the last nail now, and we are going to do the Harry Potter logo. So first things first, I'm going to go in and do those little lines again. We've got to keep this tied together. It's the same brown that I was using before. Going in and doing the Harry Potter symbol. Kind of going by a rough photo of what the symbol looks like. Whether I'm going to be able to fit it all on the nail is another matter. We will see. Okay. And the P goes straight across at the top, like so. And then down. Down again. And then boom, boom. That's what goes on inside my head when I'm doing nails. You're welcome. Oh, okay, right. It's getting intricate now. Didn't realise that. It has like a lightning bolt to it. Okay, I can do this. Lightning swoop there. Goodness me. And then we come down and do another one that way. if you can tell, I haven't had much practice with drawing lightning. Okay, I think that's all right. We can fix it up here and there. Yeah. The last nail. Why? Why are you doing this to me? It's fine. I can fix it. I can, you know, do a little magic to it. Right, I'm going to pop that in the lamp because it's getting a bit risky. Okay, we're going to try and tidy this up a little bit. Is that even right? How does lightning look? Oh my days.
Google it for you.
He's going to Google lightning. Ziggity zaggity lightning bolt. Okay, so with the H, that comes down that way, then swoops that way, and then up and around. Okay, right, he's got lightning pictures up. Oh, that doesn't help my situation with this P though.
No?
It's a very odd lightning bolty P.
Did you want me to...
Well, at least I'm not going to get a copyright strike on this logo because it's not exactly very accurate, is it?
Like that?
Yeah. Do you see what I mean? How it's like a...
It's very unusual.
It is a very... So these edges are flat. So it's flat there, and then these ones point downwards. Do you know what? I think that's quite close. Yeah, okay, I'm going to leave the P how it is. That's not far off. It is fine. Don't be so hard on yourself. It is what it is. Okay, so as we keep saying, keep the nails tied together. So I'm going to do some more of those little lines up here. A couple more just there. And some more of those little mapped out pathway dots. I believe that's what they are on the map, like the edges of the pathway. So we're just going to add some of those in there. Okay, careful now. Don't go smudging. It's very risky. Okay, and the star. Another little star there. And let's do some more little lines down here. Okay, and that's the final nail finished. Okay, so there's all the finished nails done and together. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on the bell notification button so that you don't miss the next upload. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye! Mischief managed! Visible.